Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sunesha, and we are creating a map for city Skylines. And between episodes, I have been working very hard. The reason for this is that I have added connector shelves to every island on the map, and that is super much work because as you can understand, there is a shoreline. When you have so many islands as I have it here, let's remove the fog here so we can see things more clearly. There is a lot of work here, so what I did and will not show you why I did when I did it. You just go around. Going around 40 value for my case, where my C value is 90, so I just added a conventional shelf. Started with a very small brush, follow the contours around the islands, and then I go with a bigger brush and just paint it in, which is the fast part. This took me like 3 hours. Yes, it was a lot of work and it was so boring, but it will save me time in the long run because I have to do it anyway. So it's easier for me to do it all at one time. As you can see, we get the natural conventional shelves here. Will be easier for me to create the beaches and otherwise the underwater undersea work, because we get these natural things, and this gave me some ideas for inlets here, and I will have beaches over there. It was so boring, so I had to do this small island over here just to break up the pattern. And when I'm talking about boring, this was 3 hours work. Yeah, if I made it inside if I made it inside the Photoshop when I was making my height map, I would have saved like 2 hours. It would take like 4 hours. So what we are... Oh man, these colors are killing me. It's awful colors. I'm using the main theme here because I want to be able to see the work we're gonna do today at this Meteor strike area here. So so I thought that I'm gonna see it better, but I can't stand this theme. This is the normal tropical theme, and I don't really like it. It is the one that follows to the game. Let me just show. Let's get rid of the topography here. So yeah, kind of looks more like desert than tropical for me. Or at least for me, tropical is like tropical game. It's kind of like that. But this is quite decent in my. It looks quite decent with my island too. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of talking instead of working. So. Going back to the tropical meteor strike. This is a meteor strike area. We imported this into the game, and as you can see, it kind of looks good topography wise if you look from this view, but how it translates with the textures and things is not. It looks really boring. This looks something else. So I thought I will be clever. Here, and I went online and looked for real impact characters for meteor strikes. We have the Pinguolit. That's how you say it in Swedish. So I think that is some Eskimo language or something, because they are talking about nothing. You can pause if you want to read the stuff there. But what was inspiring about this meteor strike was that it was very aesthetically pleasing to me. Or I liked the cracks here, and as you can see, the areas inside are fairly smooth, but the outside is. But this is a very good picture for us, because our meteor strike, or everything that has happened to these poor islands, 2 volcanoes and meteor strikes and stuff, it will be old. So yeah, we will be working with this theme today, but just because it's easier to me to see the detail work in this, and then it will translate better to my other jungle theme. So the first thing, order of business, is that this is not really impressive, because we can have like that. It looks awfully boring with a meteor strike that has just touched the now and it has filled up. We have to fix that. We have to dig a hole. So let's start with digging a hole. We will let's grab our soft round brush, and then we will go with this low strength, so we don't do anything crazy. Keep at plus. Or I think I want to go with the sharp one so I can see the borders a lot better, so we can see what we are working with here. So let's try to find the general middle of this, because we don't want to off-center meteor strike. That will be idiotic. So I'm thinking, I'm trying to imaginary plus there. I think that's a good area actually there. Okay. So we could use the lower and higher value, but then we have no control over it. So let's dig our hole now. How deep would we want to go here? So let's find out where we're at. 174. So if I wanted to go there, that's just 20. Let's go deeper, 144. So let's start with, we can do it with the sharp tool so we are sure what we are doing here. So let's dig. Okay, let's commit. Okay, cool. So that's a little bit deeper. And it's kind of off-center. I'm looking on the main contours here because, so let's go. Let's do it from this view so we can actually see what we're doing here. I think this is the center of this, or estimated center. Let's look aesthetically also so it looks good with the rest of them. I think this is the area we want to dig at. So let's dig twice, and then we will go with the lower one, and then let's find our hole, make it a little bit smaller. Let's go like that. I think I want to dig all the way now. So that was almost all the way here. I think we have to smooth it out. I think that is the best solution for this. So let's grab a soft brush, make the brush size a little bit smaller so we don't want to destroy that thing. So, and then I will smooth closer to the edges now when I've done the most of the smoothing here. We have digged about 20 value. And don't get your hang up with the feet. This is not feet or anything. The levels and so on is just math values here. About 20 should be plenty deep. So let's smooth a little bit more, like trying to follow the contours here. Oh, how's that? I think we want to dig even deeper. I think we want to do that. So if we can be smart about it so we can see the borders here. So let's plus it up. Plus it up to the, yeah, we don't want to destroy that. So now we have the contours with help of this tool, and then we can use this one because it affects everything anyway. So let's see, we have 144. Let's grab 120. Let's go 20 more. It's easy to fill in, so. Okay, let's try zoom out so we get a good picture of it. As you can see, the soft brush is affecting a lot more than I think. I think that is the correct one. So now, let's just smooth this out. I think I have to dig here. I think I want to dig away a bit here around the circle here and trying to follow the contours of the meteor strike here but it's a good hole. We got a good hole now, so now we can hollow it out and follow the shapes. Following the shapes are easier if you let's grab a level 2. If you look at these lines here and try to push here, so let's see, I want to push it in that direction, and then I just push it like that. And you can follow the shape of the things we are following. I think I want to go with a little smaller brush here, and let's push. So yeah, that's how I line it up so we don't lose the shape of it. Then I just grab, usually what I do when I level like this, then I kind of grab, when I want to push it, I grab the values between these two fixed lines. And as you can see, it's shaping up fine here. I think I will continue doing this. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have followed this and made it not too uniform. I think I want to dig a little bit more and then we will be done. Just a notch more because, let's see, 100. Okay, exceptions, that is not good. So let's go just to 115. Plus. Cool. And then we will just smooth it out. Yes, that's really good. So now we at least have a good inside here. I think I have to work with it a bit on a speed up video, but I just want to show you how I did those simple things. So let's just do something fun too. We have the shape here, and we have a volcano ridge coming in here, which has been broken. I want that to stick out there because it's been broken off the side here. So let's try to use a picture here. Let's try to emulate. I like that pattern there. So let's commit that to the memory. Memory committed. Okay, so first I want to I like to use the level tool here and a big here, so because then I can fastly change values here. So let's flatten that out. Okay, let's see. Want that shape. So first of all, we want to dig here. So okay, so bear with me. It is almost the first time I do this. So okay, cool. We want to I'm not sure if this will work, as we can't use stone texture. As soon as we make a flat area, it grows grass, but that is kind of okay. I think I will just copy the inspire a bit from this, and then I will then add more later. Okay, I will be inspired by the picture, not following the picture now. I decided for that. So let's just make it interesting how I will make it. Let's make a ridge here that goes all the way. I think I want to extend this a bit so it's higher. Let's make And that kind of looks nice. I think I want to... So this is a sketch here. So what I'm trying to find here is a natural way for the water there. I think I gone with too much detail. I think I will just connect this vein to this one. Kind of looks nice. It looks kind of craggy and old, so that works. I'm just wondering how it will look with my theme. Wait a moment here and I will save the map, and because this would look nicer with our theme. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we have it with my theme, and it's actually that's why I left the green areas here, because it looks more overgrown. So the first thing I think I want to do is kind of fill in those areas. So let's make a more non-detailed area now, so it kind of doesn't become uniform. So let's pull a vein or a line around here, and we'll let's just smooth this a little bit. Oh, okay. I reloaded, so I have to do everything over again with the settings. So let's just pull this a bit here and smooth it out. So let's start working here. I think if I smooth it like this, it will just accent my difference here. So if I do it like this, it will blend a bit. There we was digging. There we go. It bothered me a bit. We don't want to have too many shops like that. So what I'm looking for a good place to make a big feature, and I think I want to pull one here. So let's go with a bigger tool, so we get a little bit difference in details. Okay, let's just go. Okay. Let's leave that area now for now. I think I dig too much there. I just got to fix it like that, that. So it is not too... So it doesn't look like an old castle or something. Let's pull that up a bit. Okay, let's go with a smaller brush. Okay, cool. So we're going with the smallest possible brush here, and we want to pull in the so let's look at the features. Where will it put? I think here, because we have a top there, so it's probably thicker there. We can thin it out like this. Get a big feature, a big crag, so it doesn't look. So you see, I want to have that spinning. Okay. Let's redo that. I think I went a little bit too strong for my taste. So let's go with this 3 times smaller. Just pull this so we can do this and want to have it like this. A little bit like this. So you see now we have a bigger area there, and that we could go a little bit here, thin this a bit, accent that change by going right beside it, raising the contour a bit. Okay, cool, so that line is way too straight. Let's make it less apparent. Okay, I don't like... So now we have added that. So Let's make it bigger here. I don't like that. It just accents. It just makes this thing look thicker, so let's level that out. Add it like that. That looks like a paw or something. We want to smooth that out. We want to lower this. Let's lower this one. Oh, wow. Control C. Let's go. We want to be very subtle here. We'll add some detail to it too. So let's just let's add a top there so it doesn't look too uniform. Let's dig a hole, grab that value up. Oh man, that was way too extensive. I think I want to lower the whole part here a bit more. Let's flatten it out. Let's smooth it in this area. We can smooth it, I think. I think we can get away with smoothing it. That will lower it too. It still doesn't look the profile. It gives too much here. Let's smooth this out here. Because it's what I'm not liking with the shape here is that it kind of goes like this and then straight off. I think we want to lower that value a bit. Let's go with a big brush at small strength. Let's go with the smallest, the bigger. And let's just shape it a bit so we get away from that shape. Look, that looks like a more natural. Let's do it like this. This take care of this straight line too, so that was a win. And let's go. Okay, cool. So that looks better. Let's flatten that out. Let's look at the shape. I want to flatten that out. Now we have a narrow shape and the line I digged here, so it kind of goes like a crag like that, and we got the interesting shape there. Let's just smoothen that area out to accent that shape there. As you can see, yeah, this is just trying to find different features there, and that's a lot less detail. So now you can see from the long area, it kind of looks there, but now it's not everything is here. So let's go with a big vein. I think a vein like a Y here. So let's first dig it. Go with a smaller brush size. Okay, what was I thinking here? I want to have, I'm looking here, so I want to accent this area here. Dig a hole there. So we get a interesting shape, and let's go with that. And then we will, let's dig here a little bit. Let's go from up and dig. And then I want to, I don't like this part at all, what I've done here. So I think we want to lower a big part of this. So I think I'm gonna level it out. Okay, cool. So now we can get back to work here. I think that is a better shape. Let's go with a smaller smoothing tool. Oh, sorry guys. And let's go with a smaller strength. And then we will smooth this area out a bit so we get a nice slope like that. I'm not smoothing the features I put in. Okay, cool. So let's try to go big. I like that feature there. And the only thing I want to accent that one here. Okay, let's go with a smaller brush and just raise that part a bit. That's way too much. Let's go with 0.1 so we can. It's better to click it in. As you can see, I have more subtle movements here. I probably want to connect up, but as you can see, you can mix super detail with that. That makes a general shape here, general shapes here, and there you can see a more detailed one. But I want to go with a little bit more before I go with more detail. I think I need to do a speed video where I show, but now you can see a little bit how I work with things, and maybe that can be inspiration enough for you to get there. Oh, there is a perfect. This is kind of what I'm looking from. A good tip is to zoom out a bit, because then you kind of see the overall there. I see a very natural vein there, and I think this part I want to smooth out a bit here. So yeah, it's gonna be very. Let's lower that part a bit, like that. Accent this here. Let's. And then one thing about mountain or features like this, to make it really work, it's not just about the driving line. You have to kind of, the contours, which we'll see from the map, it's important to get these natural, non-uniform things here, so we don't get a smooth here, because that will kind of destroy your other patterns here, you're drawing in here. That would kind of destroy them, because otherwise you kind of have to accent them by just giving a very, as you can see, it's not very much detail, but it helps to sell those cracks you created when you do these round patterns like here. Let's accent it what I see. Let's put my mouth where the food is. No, that's not how you say it. But I can accent this by just going here a lot more. By accenting that one and in a general shape. And then just build it up. The base will sell this. It will be so much more visible for you, as you can see now. Now it kind of makes it there. It was a little bit too much here, but I just want to make a point how the contours will help you sell those when you have reason something in the mountain. Those what you kind of see in real mountains. So that will help us sell. So now you kind of see that crag a lot better, because now you can see the cracks here, because they will follow only here. You can even accent them even more by what I have done is to dig a hole. A hole would give it more 3 dimensions too. So you can kind of if you just lower a bit, I overdid it there just to show you how the hole helps there. So if I want this Y shape here, I can just dig a hole, and that will help. And then you can smooth it out a bit until it's good, but it helps to give more pop to the end of the things there, so you kind of look for the natural way. What I kind of do is kind of imagine how water will go down here. Let me show you. It's better to show than tell. Okay, that was a little bit too much. Let's go with it. As you can see now, the water, I kind of want to, you kind of have to imagine how the water will fall down on this, and how it's rained over and over again. Okay, now I'm kind of overdo it a lot here, but yeah, let's try again. With a lot smaller capacity, because this is ridiculous. So let's go with a very, very small, let's just demonstrate. Well, I have added water here, so you can see how the water works through the mountain here, and it's kind of how mountains get these crags and stuff. It's because the water over a lot of time kind of works that way. So that's why I kind of think in streams where water has traveled for a very long time. So the older the mountain, the more things there is here. We can put one here too. Let's see. So you can see how the water now travels with my natural crags here. Of course, I put them a little bit off tilted here, but you can see they are actually working as stream here if I add a little bit more water. You can see how they're now using my natural crags, and yes, that's kind of what happens, especially with the mountains with a lot of snow and stuff. All the snow just melts, and all the water is just taking away all the soil and things, and it creates natural streams and things. So that's why that's how I think when I create things, kind of things. I'm trying to think like a geologist. I'm trying to think like a geologist would over the time there. And as you can see, and you can see what would happen with just how unnatural these mountains is that I've just painted in. So there is really no real way for water to travel. Here you can see underwater mountains that were just painted in, and this one doesn't really look like mountains, and it kind of doesn't really work as mountains, but this is a kind of nice waterfall over there, but and that kind of looks cool too. So don't hang yourself up with doing two things too realistic if you kind of like it. My plan is to have a waterfall like this here, and as you can see, the natural things, natural stream is coming out there, because yeah, that's how I painted the height map from the beginning, and that was my main idea. So why if I can deliver water to my map in a dramatic way, like a beautiful waterfall like this one, it's a lot cooler than just having a stream. But as you can see, this still needs a lot of touch up to be able to work. But yes, so this will probably be a long episode. Maybe it will be 2 parts. Why do I say that? It doesn't really matter for you. But yes, so that was everything for this. And we will see each other in the speed up movie. And as always, thank you for watching.